training, organizational strategy, and employee performance. Training means giving new or current employees the skills that they need to perform their jobs. This might mean showing new web designers the intricacies of your site, new salespeople how to sell your firm's product, or new supervisors how to complete the firm's weekly payroll. It might involve simply having the current job holder explain the job to the new hire, or a multi-week training process including classroom or internet classes. In any case, training is a task that managers ignore at their peril. Having high potential employees doesn't guarantee they'll succeed. They must know what to do and how to do it. If they don't, they will improvise or do nothing useful at all. Inadequate training can also trigger negligent training liability. It's clear from several case laws that where an employer fails to train adequately and an employee subsequently does harm to third parties, the court will find the employer liable. Employers should confirm the applicant's or employee's claims of skill and experience, provide adequate training, particularly where employees use dangerous equipment, and evaluate the training to ensure that it's actually reducing risks. Aligning strategy and training. The employer's strategic plans should ultimately govern its training goals. In essence, the task is to identify the employee behaviors that the firm will require to execute its strategy, and from that deduce what competencies employees will need. Then, put in place training goals and programs to instill these competencies. For example, Caterpillar Incorporated created Caterpillar University to oversee all its training and development programs. Company executives comprise the university's board of directors. They set the university's policies and oversee the alignment of the corporation's learning needs with the enterprise's business strategy. Training and performance. Studies find that establishing a linkage between learning and organizational performance is the #1 pressing issue facing organizations and training professionals. Often the phrase workplace learning and performance is used in lieu of training to underscore training's dual aims of employee learning and organizational performance. Training has an impressive record of influencing performance. It scores higher than appraisal and feedback and just below goal setting in its effect on productivity. The ADDIE, 5-step training process. Creating a training program involves more than contracting with a training vendor and requiring your employees to take the course. The employer should use a rational training process. The gold standard here is still the ADDIE model, an acronym for analysis, design, develop, implement, evaluate. This is a training process model that training experts have used for years. The ADDIE training process follows the following 5 steps. 1. Analyze the training need. 2. Design the overall training program. 3. Develop the course, actually assembling or creating the training materials. 4. Implement training, by actually training the targeted employee group using methods such as on-the-job or online training. And 5. Evaluate the course's effectiveness. Conducting training needs analysis. The training needs analysis is typically done either to identify strategic or current training needs. Strategic training needs analysis focuses on identifying the training that employees will need to accomplish the organization's current or future strategies. For example, when Infosys, the India-based IT services organization, decided to get into product development, the firm's top management knew that the company needs new employees who are adept at IT product development skills as against the existing set of employees whose skills were mainly focused on providing IT support or services. This new direction requires that Infosys top management closely work with their human resources team to formulate hiring policies and training programs to ensure the firm would have the human resources required to populate the new roles required. Also, strategic training needs analysis is tied to succession planning. This means identifying the training and development that employees need to fill the firm's key positions, and then formulating plans to ensure that potential employees get the training and development to fill the firm's future positions. As important as strategic training is, most training efforts aim to improve current performance, specifically training new employees, and those whose performance is deficient. Analyzing current employees' training needs is more complex, because you must also decide whether training is the solution. For example, performance may be down because the standards aren't clear or because the person isn't motivated. Managers use task analysis to identify new employees' training needs, and performance analysis to identify current employees' training needs. Task analysis. With lower-level workers, it's common to hire inexperienced personnel and train them. The aim here is to give these new employees the skills and knowledge they need to do the job. Task analysis is a detailed study of the job to determine what specific skills the job requires. For task analysis, job descriptions and job specifications are essential. These list the job's specific duties and skills, which are the basic reference points in determining the training required. Managers can also uncover training needs by reviewing performance standards, performing the job, and questioning current job holders and their supervisors. Performance analysis is the process of verifying that there is a performance deficiency and determining whether the employer should correct such deficiencies through training or some other means, like transferring the employee. The first step in performance analysis is usually to compare the person's actual performance to what it should be. Doing so helps to confirm that there is a performance deficiency, and helps the manager to identify its cause. There are several ways to identify how a current employee is doing. These include reviewing performance appraisals, job-related performance data, including productivity, absenteeism, and tardiness, grievances, waste, late deliveries, product quality, downtime, repairs, equipment utilization, and customer complaints. Other approaches include observations by supervisors or other specialists, interviews with the employee or his or her supervisor, tests of things like job knowledge, skills, and attendance, attitude surveys, individual employee daily diaries, assessment center results, and using special performance gap analytical software. The can't do or won't do problem. Ferreting out why performance is down is the heart of performance analysis. Why spend time training inefficient employees when the problem isn't training, but weak motivation? The manager needs to distinguish between can't do and won't do problems. First, determine whether it is a can't do problem and, if so, its specific causes. For example, is that the employees don't know what to do or what the standards are? Are there obstacles in the system such as lack of tools or supplies? Or is it that people who are hired don't have the skills to do the job? Or is the training inadequate? On the other hand, it might be a won't do problem. Here employees could do a good job if they wanted to. The biggest trap that trainers fall into is developing training for problems that training won't fix.